Hey everyone, I'm Andy Raphael from eTeknix.com and welcome to another edition of our favourite series, What's in the Box. This is just a chance where we get to see exactly what products have come in and exactly what products we're going to be looking at in the kind of next up and coming weeks. So as you can see, we've got a few things here today, a little bit light today, but I know for a fact there is actually 2 products in here. And it's quite a big box, so it should be interesting to see exactly what we've got in there. You can see that we've also got 2 packages over here, so I guess really we should just get straight to it. Let's start with the big one. So you may be able to see from the tape, this is actually branded as Case King. It's come from the Case King Overclockers UK kind of group, I guess you'd call it. And as you may know, they actually work with quite a lot of different brands on the market. So one of them brands is Lian Li. I know exactly what's in here because I was actually speaking to Lian Li while they were kind of navigating through everything and trying to deal with it. As you can see, it's actually quite a big box, so this is a little bit tricky, but let's see what we can do. Might actually be easier if I put it on the floor. So in typical fashion, we got a lot of packaging. Okay, so we finally got there. So first up, we have the Lian Li power supply 750 watt SFX. So hopefully that will give you an idea as to what else is in this chassis if we're looking at using an SFX power supply. As I've said sort of time and time before, you can see on our wonderful shelf an array of products from various different brands. Now, the reason that we have this shelf and everything on there is if we're doing a Cooler Master chassis, we're going to be wanting to use a Cooler Master power supply, Cooler Master CPU cooler, and so forth. We told Lian Li all about this, and they said basically exactly the same. They'd rather have their power supply inside their chassis. One thing that is bugging me though is I'm based in the UK, and I know that that is part of Europe, but we're not. Oh, technically we are part of the EU, but that's time for another story, another video, completely different spectrum. But they've given us a power supply with an EU plug on it, which is really frustrating because I've probably got about 40 EU plugs just sitting in a drawer over here. They should have sent us the UK one, but I digress. We've got a power supply 750 watt, which is pretty impressive, especially for an SFX power supply. Let's see what else we got. So you can see that we've got the PCQ38. So this is a mini-itx aluminium chassis. Other than that, it's the WA model, which I'm not sure if that's... Yeah, so that's silver. So basically they do 3 different models by the looks of it. We've got a WA, which is silver, the WG, which is dark grey, and the WX, which is black. Now, I know for a fact that they've actually sent one of these to Peter, who does all of our written reviews for chassis as well. I'm not entirely sure what colour they've sent him, but it may differ. So if you do want to see kind of a written review of this, we will have that very, very soon. We'll link it in the video when we actually do the kind of full video review for this. But there will be me doing the silver and Pete, I'm pretty sure he's getting the dark grey colour. But yeah, thank you very much to Lian Li for sending them over. I'm just going to clear this box and we can get on with the rest. Okay, so moving on to the next one, we have a Jiffy bag from StarTech. So I'm actually waiting on a few things at the moment. We're going to be working on a feature based around upgrading your NAS. I've got quite an impressive NAS, especially for its time, an 8-bay NAS, which I believe has an i3 processor in it. The problem is that particular NAS is so noisy and it's just a bit old. So I figured there's a lot of people out there who are in exactly the same situation where they're using old technology and they're kind of, well, it works, so why not? But for me, the noise is just getting a bit too much. They've got old style hard drives in there. So we reached out to QNAP and we basically said, look, Thunderbolt 3 is the way to go. A new NAS is the way to go. Why don't we show the people the benefits of actually upgrading their NAS from an older kind of generation NAS up to something newer? So we are waiting on some drives from Seagate. I believe we're getting the Seagate Ironwolf 10 terabyte drives. Yeah, we're going to have kind of full Thunderbolt 3 connectivity. 40 gigabytes per second, I'm happy with that over the kind of theoretical gigabit max, which is about 112, 115 megabytes a second. So with that in mind, and this is I don't know, it's a bit of an annoyance, I guess. The QNAP NAS, I know for a fact, because I've checked it out on the website and spoke to them directly, doesn't come with Thunderbolt 3 cables. Now, I know they are expensive, but you know, if you're going to be buying a NAS that has Thunderbolt 3 connectivity, you'd expect it to at least come with 1 cable. So that's when we reached out to StarTech, who, if you don't know, StarTech essentially are an online store that they stock a lot of items that most other retailers and outlets wouldn't generally have. So this comes down to just brackets, cables, connectors, all this kind of stuff. So they even brand themselves as hard to find, made easy. So essentially we went to them and said, look, we need some Thunderbolt 3 cables because they are hard to find. Can you make it easy? So essentially that's exactly what they did. So you can see here some Thunderbolt 3 cables. So yeah, typical what you'd expect. StarTech branded. It's got a 3 on it, so we know it's Thunderbolt 3, not Thunderbolt 2. And I believe they're 3 meters as well, so maybe that's actually the 3. But yeah, they sent us 2. Now the reason that they sent us 2 is the fact that with Thunderbolt 3 you can actually daisy chain it. So essentially what we're going to be doing is going from one of our computers, my kind of main rig, all the way through to the NAS, and then if I get any more devices after that, I can just kind of go from the NAS out to the other devices. So thank you very, very much to StarTech. These aren't cheap cables by all means, so thank you very much for sending these out. They are going to come in extremely handy. Last package. So this one is from Apacer. So we haven't actually done much work with Apacer kind of, recently. We've done some stuff with them in the past, all kind of fizzled out a little bit, but it seems like we're getting back on track now. We've done some written reviews for them, and this is going to be kind of the first video that we're going to be doing for them. So opening this up, you can see they've gone a bit extreme on the packaging, but that's never a bad thing. And my trusty knife can still get through it. My trusty knife. Now, I know I've spoken to a few people about knives recently. I just haven't got around to sorting one out. I know I'm terrible, but let's see if we can get into this. So, what we have here is the Apacer Shockproof USB 3.1 Gen 1 portable hard drive. So this is the AC730. So they do actually do quite a few different models. I think they've got the AC720, I think there's the 700, maybe even the 710. But this is kind of the latest one. It's shockproof, USB 3.1 Gen 1. So I'm just going to open it up and give you guys a quick glimpse. Because yeah, this is actually going to be really handy for us. Because we shoot everything, as you can see, in 4K ultra high definition, just sort of having a drive that we can transfer, files about on is always going to be handy. So yeah, there it is. Apacer branded, solid as a rock. Actually hurt my hand, that's how solid that is. So capacity wise, this is 1 terabyte. So they do this in 1 terabyte and 2 terabyte. As far as I know, it's waterproof and everything as well. So military grade drop test protection up to 1500 kilogram pressure resistance. So they want us to kind of test this and really sort of show what it can do. I'm not going to drop it here anywhere because it will either damage my desk or my floor, but maybe we can take it outside at some point and run over it or something. So let us know in the comments section below what you'd like to see us do with this device. But yeah, really looking forward to kind of seeing, what this can do. So yeah, let us know in the comments section below what you'd like to see us do with this. As I say, I'm thinking maybe running it over, dropping it from a height, and just really kind of battering it a little bit, which is a shame because it actually looks really, really nice. It's going to be a shame to kind of, get it all battered and bruised and everything. So yeah, we'll see what happens. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this quite small edition, I guess, of what's in the box, but I think you'll agree that there is a lot of interesting stuff with the PCQ38 chassis, with the SFX power supply, the Thunderbolt 3 cables, which are going to be coming into play when we actually get the NAS from QNAP, as well as the hard drives from Seagate, and then of course this great big heavy lump of metal, which we're going to really have some fun with. So there you go. Hopefully you enjoyed this. Remember to subscribe for great video content just like this directly to your inbox. Remember to give us a thumbs up, comment below, and we will see you in the next video. Until then, see you later.